Welcome dear students to video number 2 for standard 7 maths. We are discussing chapter 17 effects of light. Let us continue. A shadow is a dark area where light from a light source is blocked by an opaque object. Shadows are formed when an opaque object or material is placed in the path of rays of light. The opaque material does not let the light pass through it. The light rays that go past the edges of the material make an outline for the shadow. The shadow obtained from a point source and extended source. Let's see what this is. We will need candle or torch, cardboard, screen, small ball and a big ball, etc. So we have to do something like this. Let's see what this is. Take either a candle or a torch as a light source. This. In front of it, set up a cardboard with a tiny hole. The hole should coincide with the light as shown in the figure. Now the light is seen to emerge. We see from this side the light is seen to be emerge from the hole on the cardboard. Such a light is called point source. Place a screen, this is a screen, place a screen vertically at a distance of 1 meter beyond the cardboard. And in between, hang the big ball between the screen and the cardboard. Now observe the shadow AB. This is the shadow AB of the ball. The rays OP and OQ starting from the point source just pass the ball and fall on points A and point B on the screen respectively. However, since no rays reach between points A and B, that part remains unlit. This is the shadow or the umbra region. What happens if the cardboard with the pinhole is removed? Now we do not have a point source. This source is called an extended source. What is the nature of the shadow formed by an extended source? Now if we remove the cardboard, now this source is no longer point source. This is called an extended source now. Due to the extended source, we see two parts in the shadow of the ball on the screen. One faint and one dark. Now if you see, we see two parts. One faint, the outer circle, and one dark, the inner circle. The fainter part BC or the outer circle is called the penumbra. And the dark part AD, the inner circle, is called the umbra. Let us see what happens in the following activity when the ball is bigger than the extended source. So, this time we have a bigger ball and the source is small. Keeping the distance between the extended source and the ball constant, this distance we have to keep constant. Extended source and ball. Move the screen. We have to move the screen further and further away and observe the shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra and the penumbra in the shadow of the ball are seen to become bigger and bigger. Now replace the big ball. Now this time we replace the big ball by a smaller ball. And the smaller ball has to be smaller than the extended source. That means the ball has to be smaller than the torch. Observe its shadow. Observes its shadow on the screen. We see the penumbra and we see the umbra. Now without moving the ball and the source, move the screen away. Now this is the screen which is moved away. and observe the shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra, if you see, the umbra has become smaller and smaller, and at a certain point it disappears. This, my dear students, what happens around us. Imagine this extended source as the sun and this ball as an aeroplane. So compared to the sun, the aeroplane is smaller. The sun appears smaller, but actually the sun is huge. Compared to it, the aeroplane is extremely small. And this, my dear students, is the Earth's surface. So the distance between the plane and the earth is huge. That is why we do not see shadows of planes flying above. If the plane is closer to the earth, so in this case, if the plane is, this is the earth and this is the plane. So if the plane is closer, then we see a faint shadow. But if the plane is far away, and the distance between the plane and the earth is great, then we don't see the shadow. Same thing happens with birds flying around in the sky. The sun is the extended source, the bird is now the ball, and this screen is the earth. So we don't see the shadow of the birds also. But if the bird is flying closer to the ground, then we see a shadow. It's like next, what we are going to discuss are eclipses. The moon revolves around the earth, and the earth, along with the moon, revolves around the sun. Their orbits of revolution are all different. When the sun, the moon, and the earth come in a straight line, an eclipse is said to have taken place. The first one which we are going to discuss is solar eclipse. During its revolution, when the moon comes, you see the sun, moon, and earth are in a straight line. So during the revolution, when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, the shadow of the moon is cast onto the earth, and the sun cannot be seen from this part. You see this part? The sun cannot be seen from this part. So this part is then experiencing solar eclipse, total solar eclipse. And this part appears has a partial solar eclipse. Now if you see, now the sun is the extended source, moon is the ball, and this part, this darker part is the umbra region, and the fainter part is the penumbra region. Also, we have to note that solar eclipse is seen only on a new moon day. Why is this? If you see, the part of the moon getting sunlight is this part. This is the darker side of the moon. From this side of the earth, this part of the moon is not seen at all. So we appear to be having, or the part of the earth appear to be is having a new moon day. So a solar eclipse is seen only on a new moon day. Now in this part, the umbra region, we are having a total solar eclipse, and the penumbra region, we are having partial solar eclipse. Sometimes the solar disk is not fully covered by the moon, so we have a partial solar eclipse. During a solar eclipse, ultraviolet rays which are harmful to us reach the earth. That is why we are advised to stay indoors, because outside there are harmful ultraviolet rays. A solar eclipse should never be watched with naked eyes, because the ultraviolet rays are so powerful and harmful that they damage our eyes. A special type of goggles should be used for this purpose. So that was about solar eclipse. We will meet in the next video. Till then, Thank you for watching. Please read your textbook and have a nice day.